Welcome to another episode of the Mompreneur Huddle podcast, where motherhood and entrepreneurship meets, and we talk about everything in between. What we do.
Girl, you's a boss mom. Baby girl, you so perfect. Girl, you's a boss mom. Making everything worth it. Girl, you's a boss mom. Stand on all of your business, and when it come to investments, and baby girl, you the realest. Girl, you's a boss mom.
Yeah, I like that right there. I am your host, the Mompreneur mentor, faith-based coach, Tammy Capri. Look, I forgot my own name. And I am here with the lovely, the wonderful Miss Maseyree of P-Check Wellness. How are you, Queen?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I am well. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, ma'am. Of course. Of course. So, we are here at the studio today, and I just want to say that before we get started, before we jump into it, this is an amazing week, an amazing month that we're going into, and there are some amazing things happening with the podcast and with the Mompreneur Huddle and with the Mastery Mompreneur Spaces. So if you're not tapped in, make sure you go to our Instagram and follow us at the Mompreneur Huddle, Mastery Mompreneur, and Tammy Capri. I wanted to get that out there first. I always do it last, but I said we're going to do it first this time.
Okay.
But let's get right into it.
Okay.
Tell our audience a little bit about you.
Okay. All right. So I am Maseyree Mitchell. I was actually born in East St. Louis.
Okay.
And my mom and my brother and I, we moved to Grand Rapids when I was about 5. And so I went to all through the schooling years in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay.
I graduated in 92. Ooh-wee. And then
What a time to be alive. What a
Yes,
time
I
to be
went
alive.
on to beauty school.
Okay.
So I graduated from beauty school, and then I just discovered that I had like a little gift in writing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started writing, like just jotting down, taking notes of these stories that I had in my head. And so I wrote my first book around 1997.
Okay.
And so that's when I moved to Georgia, and I was like going to blow up and be this big old.
Oh, you
Terry
had that
Mc-
pipe dream.
Oh yeah, Terry McMillan. Like by the end of the year.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
you done named a classic.
yes, I
What
was
you know
gonna be
about
her
Terry
at the end of the year.
McMillan?
Terry McMillan is crazy because while I was in beauty school, I always was an avid reader.
Uh-huh.
I had never read a book by an African American that was not a biography. Never.
Really?
And so a guy who I was going to college with, he was the only black barber in the school, and I was the only black chick who went to the school.
Okay.
And he was
Oh, yeah,
like,
you are old school, talking about some chick.
yeah. And so he was like, have you ever heard of Terry McMillan? And I'm like, no, because he seen me reading one day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, no. And so he was telling me about the book. I think it was like Mama.
Mama, I was about
and
to
I'm
say
like,
Mama, that
what?
classic.
And so he had the book, and he let me start reading while we were
Mm-hmm.
in school. And I just started reading. I left school and went right to get that book at the store.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I moved here because I was going to be Terry McMillan.
Yes.
And I moved here with a guy, though.
Okay.
And that didn't work out. So I ended up leaving him, moving to Augusta, and coming back to Atlanta.
Okay.
So I came back to Atlanta with the knowledge of I got to get this story out here some kind of way. But I didn't really know about how to get the book out there. I just had it as a notebook. So then I went to the Art Institute for Film Production.
Okay. That's
So
here in Atlanta?
Mhm.
Okay.
So I graduated there, and I produced my first book, self-published, after film school. And then it just took so much out of me trying to do it on my own. So then I started going into trying to do film.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I can't find out how to get this book out there. So I started, trying to do film. And just with all of it, I didn't really have the resources.
Yeah.
So, but I always had ideas for doing my own product, my own deodorant, because I always was a big time sweater, because I think I'm high anxiety. So I
Okay.
sweat everywhere. And so I would always be the one using baby powder everywhere, baby powder cloud everywhere you go. And so I just was like, I got to figure out another way. This baby powder is so messy and everything like that. And so I just started doing researches, asking my aunties and my grandmothers, like, what did y'all do for deodorant and stuff back in the days. And so that's when I launched my first product, the P-Check deodorant.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it's just from there on, I just been trying to get my products out.
And what year was this when you launched a P-Check deodorant?
P-Check deodorant in 2020.
2020. Okay. So between 1997 and 2020, it was always focused on books and screenwriting or screenplaying, and then 2020 you jumped into the deodorant. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just give y'all some back context about Miss Macy. So we had a conversation off screen, and we were talking about just coaching overall. We were talking about just the entrepreneur space and how to really grow, how to get your brand out there, and how to get your product out there. And I had a whole setup of how I wanted this show to go, but the spirit spoke to me as we did our conversation off screen. I said, no, we're going to switch it up a little bit. And if you don't mind, and I already asked her if she didn't mind, if we get into like a little coaching session on screen. And I hope you don't mind. So that we'll still get into the conversation, but I really want to help you get to an understanding of where you should be at this stage in your life.
Okay.
And just by off of your brief background story, I picked up one pattern that you have.
What?
You jump into things without, well, I'm not going to say without, because our research, what we call research, is not the proper research, but without the proper guidance, you just jump into it. You just jump into it.
do.
You see an idea and you just jump into
I
it.
do.
That's a bad habit.
It is.
It's a good habit because you execute. It's a good habit because you take fast action, but to just jump in and do it, that is a habit that a lot of us have, right? So you went from writing books to trying to get your books into screenplays or trying to get into film to deodorant. Where's the connection? Where's the connection? Hey, Mompreneurs, if you enjoy creating content, talking about products, and you want to make some money while doing it, listen up. I'm excited to share that we are in partnership with Pharmacy, a beauty brand and a wellness brand that is global, that's innovative, and built for women like us. Here's why this opportunity is so powerful. You earn 50% commission from day one. Yes, day one. Your sales equals your success. The products are high performing and affordable, which makes them easy to promote and easy to use. You'll have access to trainings, support, and proven systems that makes growing simple. And you can build your business locally or globally. It's up to you. If you're ready to turn your influence into real income and impact, make sure you click the link below to understand how you can join my team of women, boss moms, mompreneurs, who's adding those streams of income by joining Pharmacy. I'll see you on the other side. What made you, besides that you say you sweat a lot, and besides the fact that your high anxiety, what made you even want to start with the deodorant first? And how did that even connect to your books and what you were already doing? Because I'm sure you already started building an audience from your books. How did it connect?
Okay. So, interesting you asked. After I graduated from college and I started to just, so first of all, I was like, I'm going to promote this book and I'm going to just put everything into it. So I was traveling a lot, just going all over the place, trying to show up at different book shows and book fairs and bookstores.
And this is a nonfiction book, right?
A nonfiction book. And I started to getting sick. I started to having symptoms of endometriosis and later found out that I had a lot of fibroids. So it was like getting sick kind of put me on the back burner with my books and things like that. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't travel and do what I was doing. And it was very stressful because I'm like, I'm trying to do, hit the mark, and every time I get close, then I get a little sick, and it kind of stopped me. And so I'm like, well, maybe that's not the route that I should be going. And then, just during all the symptoms that I was having from the endometriosis, one of them was the sweating.
Okay.
And so I said, well, because this is becoming such an issue for my life, maybe that's the route that I should be going. So I'm like, maybe I should put the film and the writing and stuff on hold while I'm going through this. I had to have the surgery several times. So I was just like, Maybe the deodorant is the route and the wellness is the route
It
that I
sounds to
should
me
be
like
going.
that's your story right there. That is your story.
Yep.
That is your brand, right?
So,
Your books and the film, it was supposed to teach you what I believe. It was supposed to teach you how to, the what to. It's supposed to teach you a skill, right? So you can come back to it later on. But your purpose, the reason being, is what you've experienced, what you've already come out of. That right there. How does it feel to be an entrepreneur? How does it feel to be in motion? How does it feel to be pushing for something, then life just stops and then you have to put it down? And now I go through all these pains and these sicknesses and the surgery. What are you going through right there? How many other women are experiencing the very same thing that you're experiencing?
the endometriosis.
Why are we not talking about that?
Right. I guess I was ashamed because I'm like, let me go back a little bit. When I graduated from college, the film school is when I met my husband.
Okay.
He was also at the same school, so his degree is animation.
Okay.
And so once we got married, I was starting to have the endometriosis, and then I became the mother just by happenstance. My auntie has special needs, and she had children, and it had gotten to the point where they were becoming teenagers, and people in my family were like, "She can't take care of these kids. Somebody in the family has
Needs
to
to
take
take
care of
them."
these children." So they were 10 and 11 when my husband got them. My husband and I. So we got the children like right when we got married. And so it was like, dog, I was trying to do the book thing, then that kind of got halted because I'm dealing with the endometriosis. Now I have the children and I'm a new wife. So it was all coming together. So I'm like, well, maybe the book thing isn't the route that I was supposed to be going because I need to be home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Well, I
yeah.
will tell you the book thing is definitely the route that you need to go.
Okay.
It's definitely the route, but it's how you're doing it. So now, the Macy in 2025, why are we not talking about that version of you? There's a
Probably
version
the
of that
shame.
Macy sitting watching this show right now, right? That's trying to figure it out. But you figured it out. You came through that already. You started your P-Check Wellness. You know what I'm saying? You're still trying to figure other things out, of course, but there's still one thing that you can help them out with. The balance of that all. Like, you went through that and you survived
yeah.
that. Why are
Oh,
we
yes.
not building off of that and talking about that?
I was so ashamed.
Girl, are you ashamed
I
now
was-
still?
A little bit.
Really? Why?
I don't know, because I'm just like, a lot of women, okay, what I learned is when they're going through the endometriosis, many people are in the phase of, I just want to be a mother and this is preventing me from being a mother. And so my take on it is having that hysterectomy saved my life. It made me so
So
much
wait,
better.
let's back up. Let me ask you a question. You
Okay.
said many people take on is that they just want to be a mother and they want to focus on that. Who told you that? Where did you get that research from?
Well, like a lot of the women who I speak to about having endometriosis and the fibroids, they'll say, well, I don't want to get the surgery because I want to have kids. And if you get the surgery, it prevents you from having children. And my take on the whole thing is I felt much better after I had the surgery. And so I don't want to encourage people to get the surgery when their goal is to have children.
But don't mistake what I mean by messaging. Your objective is never to tell them to make a decision off of surgery or not, right? You're there to help them in the midst of whatever there is they're going through while balancing that decision, whether it be motherhood or business or lack of funds, that whatever it is they're searching for, whatever answer, whatever transformation that you're offering through your deodorant, through your other, 'cause you have other products. Your core message is your purpose, your what you already came through. Your core message is how are you connecting that story to them. You're not there to connect. You're not there to answer the question whether they should get the surgery or not. But if I can help you get a little bit more healthier with using these products, if I can help you get flush out the bacteria, if I can help you do these things, That's what my transformation is.
Okay.
But my story as to why they're connecting to me, how they can relate and resonate to me, because we have this in common. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying? So when I say telling your story, tell your story, right? You're going to find your people. Your people are going to come to you. They're not going to, they can get those type of products probably anywhere. There's similar products everywhere. There's a
Absolutely.
reason why they're going to come to you. Why are they coming to you?
Because of my connection,
Because
my
of your
story.
story. How can they connect with you if you're not putting that out there? Right?
That's true.
How can they connect with you if you're not doing that? Right? How can they build that trust? So, yes. So that's good. That's good.
Okay.
That's good. I want you to remember that. You gonna remember it?
I am.
So when it comes to P-Check Wellness, and it's been up and running since 2020, where are you now in the business?
So I am in the phase of still trying to establish who my audience is, or how to get to my audience and
Okay.
connect with the audience.
Okay.
That's what the struggle is.
So we answered that question. Okay. What was the answer to that question?
I need to figure out, tell my story
Tell your
so that the
story.
women can come to me.
And connect it with P-Check Wellness. What's the basis behind P-Check Wellness? What is P-Check Wellness mission?
To help women to feel better and to, feel confident.
Okay. All women?
Yeah.
Really?
All the ones who have issues with
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Let's break it down. Not all women. Women who
have issues with their confidence, their feminine freshness, and I guess the endometriosis.
Okay, so what are some other things that they suffer from that may cause them to have low confidence?
Because when you're not feeling fresh, that could make your confidence not.
But what are some things? Let me rephrase the question.
Okay.
What internally may I be dealing with that may cause me to be a little off guard? What if I'm not fresh? What are some things that may cause UTIs, bacterial vaginoses?
Infection,
Okay,
UTI,
yep. So let's get
yeast
into
infection.
it. So let's get into it. If
Okay.
you've ever suffered from
A yeast infection, a UTI infection, bacteria infection, P-Check Wellness products can help you with that.
okay.
And urinary incontinence for like elderly people.
There we go. See, you see where it's going when you are specific about who you're talking to, not just, it can help women do this, but now you got my attention. This woman then had her issues. This woman is a mom. This woman started this company in 2020. Like, you have to find the things that's going to make you relatable to your audience.
Okay.
Right? And then talk specifically to the people who it's called to help. Specifically to them. Right?
Okay.
That's how you start building your audience around it. That's how you start getting the message out there. You're not going to come, it's not going to happen overnight. And I said that to you earlier.
Right.
You're not going to just, even if you did grow your social media following. I know she said earlier that you had how many followers?
About 267 on
200
Instagram.
Shout out to all 267 of her followers. And I'm going to say shout out to them. Because I had to tell her, if she had an event, if you had an event where the tickets were $100 each, and all 267 people showed up, you wouldn't be saying I only had.
That's right.
You wouldn't be saying that.
Thank you.
Right? You'll see a room full of people, right, that's ready to hear whatever you got to sell, because you done converted them into buyers, right? So it doesn't matter how many. If you look at some of the biggest companies, or some of the people you would think have millions of followers, they don't.
That's true.
And they don't need that to run a successful
true.
business.
That is true. I do know that.
You need to understand who you're selling to.
That's what
you
I
need to tell your story. You need to tell your, and you've heard it a lot.
So much.
So why haven't you moved on it?
So okay. So my knowledge is this. Am I supposed to get on internet every day and be like, okay, today I'm going to talk about just if you dealt with a UTI?
I mean, consistency
I just
matters.
feel like, I'm going to bore people with
Girl,
the same thing.
You're going to bore yourself. You are going to bore yourself. But guess what? If I ask you, Where can I go to get a Happy Meal?
McDonald's.
Ooh, you knew that. Why you knew that? Why you knew that?
Because it's normal. Everywhere you go,
Everywhere you go, you
McDonald's.
see what?
Everywhere.
If I want to have it my way, where I'm going?
Burger King.
Bam. You know that. Why? Because it's an everyday consistency.
That's true.
It is an everyday consistency. Do you have to post 1,000,000 times? No. But if you have that one good post with a clear messaging, a clear call to action, and an actual page an actual action that leads them to somewhere, your emailing list, your private community, wherever,
That's my disconnect.
that's where you need to focus on. Then you can run that same ad for a month straight, right? You don't need to continue to create. Yeah, you still have to show up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's easy to get, but you may grow your following, but if you have that messaging clear, you're going to get to your audience easier. It may not be faster, but it will be easier, right? And then over time, because you started P-Check in 2020, we're here in 2025. By 2030, another 5 years, right? Lord's will, another 5 years. Where will you be if you start narrowing down on that message?
I want to be a millionaire.
You want to be a millionaire, and it don't take 5 years to be a millionaire.
Ooh, I know. So it just takes.
I'm
that
not
work.
a millionaire. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. I'm not a millionaire.
A lot of work.
But with systems in place, I see how it's when people say it's easy to be a millionaire. Well, after working with the coaches I work with, I'm like, okay, it is. 'Cause
Yeah.
they've helped me
Yeah.
become 1,000, a couple $100,000 there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, easy. And it's like, wow. Like,
Yeah, that's what I want.
harder but easy.
That
I say
wow.
hard. I'm not, okay. I don't want to make it seem like you're going to start making it tomorrow. If you no, that's
Work
that's not
is
what
need to be
the
done.
work needs to be done.
Absolutely.
The seeds need to be sown. Right?
I don't mind doing the work.
Okay.
I just was like, this is boring.
And it can be. Get comfortable with boring. I know my coach told me that. She
White
said
from front to back. And
she said get comfortable with being boring. Because
that resonated when you said that today.
right. And when thank you. And when you're ready to evolve, your brand will tell you. When you feel like you can't go no higher in this, then that's when the scaling starts. Right? That's when the scaling starts. I no longer feel like, or I feel like I'm hitting my limit just working with this group of people. Now I'm ready to work with this group of people. But I've worked with them so much that this is already systemized.
Okay.
I can make this in my sleep.
Okay.
Everything is already automated. Everything, they could just go but now I want to do one-on-one. Now I'm ready to raise my prices. Now I'm ready to work with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The next level of it.
Yeah.
That's where we need to,
Yeah.
work on. We need to enhance that. So, but you're starting at ground zero. What does that look like for you? What does the next steps look like for you? Do you have to show up to your question? Do you have to show up every day and get on? Today I'm going to talk about, no, social media presence matter.
Okay.
And it may not be today I'm going to talk about this. It may be, have you ever felt like, and then just go right into it.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Macy. I'm here to talk about, no. Listen, have you ever dealt with the stop there, scroll right there,
Okay.
right then and there?
Okay.
Have you ever said to yourself, yo, my JJ kind of smell today? And as soon as you say that,
It's gonna get
not in scientific terminology, not in proper terminology, but as soon as you say, are you over the age of 50 and you feel like your vagina just be smelling all the time? How many women going to stop to that? Because they may not admit it publicly.
Right.
But in their head, they're like, wait, what? For real? Oh, and then they're going to listen. Now you got their attention. But keep their attention by giving them that quick value and that quick transformation, that small win, right? I got something for you that may be interested. Try my free 7-day P-Check Wellness, or if you have samples or whatever it is. Give them that small win.
Okay.
And
Because
get them on your email list.
I'll be like, honey, I be done said it. Too much stuff.
Yeah, it's true, but we all did. We've all done it.
Okay.
Like, I look back at my girl. Listen, I look back at stuff from a year ago and I'll cringe, but I'll look at stuff I just did last week and I'm like, ooh, Tammy, take that down. But it's like, no, I'm gonna leave it up. I'm gonna leave it up because it's all a part of like we are transforming at every stage of it.
Okay.
Every stage of it,
Okay.
right? You have to get to a point where you don't care what people say about it.
That's where I have to
And that's
get.
where I'm at with
That's
it.
where
I
I
don't
have
give
to
a
get.
crap. I'll cringe, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to put it out. because I got to build this business. I got a mission. I have an assignment, and I'm going to fulfill my assignment. And if God gave you the assignment to heal women in this way, then you better get on your assignment.
I'm holding back.
You better get on your assignment. He gave you the skill of writing a book. You know you could write a book because you've done it, right?
Twice.
And that's where we are similar. I started out in urban fiction.
Oh, okay.
I had a whole publishing company, urban fiction, right? We were making $20,000 and $30,000 a month on urban fiction.
Yeah.
But God says, stop poisoning your people. No disrespect to anybody who still write urban fiction.
Right,
I love
right,
urban fiction.
right,
It's
right.
entertaining, but that's not what I'm supposed to be getting out there.
That's right.
Right? I'm supposed to be getting out there the things that's going to help our people not stay stuck. Not just our people, but our women, our moms, not be stuck. We spend so much time on entertainment.
Yeah.
When we too broke to be
I agree.
be in those.
I
we too
agree.
broke to be sitting around reading stuff. Yeah, I need to get my mind off of some things sometimes, but I ain't rich yet.
I agree.
I'm not comfortable yet. So I got work to do. And we don't realize how much time we spend on leisure, which you need it, but we spend more time on leisure than we do on the work part of it, right?
Absolutely.
On the prayer part of it, on the real work to understand it, because we want things quick, fast, in a hurry, and then we want to put our responsibilities to the side sometime and use that as a distraction. So I can't be a part of that distraction.
Gotcha.
I need to be a part of the solution. So writing books was a skill that I learned, but now I'm writing books. Oh, small plug, guys. Small plug. Small plug. New book coming out. Purpose Got Me Paid. And she drops on the 21st of this month. And I am having my book launch release event in Philadelphia on July 22nd. This episode might be out. It may be out before. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, small plug. Make sure you get the book.
Okay.
But
I gotta get that.
I've written over 17 books.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I've ghostwritten for people. So that skill that you picked up is still can apply to today, but it's how are you using it? Girl, you need a P-Check Wellness book. You need a book about all the other medical issues that you've been through. You need a book, a how-to book, a transformation book. You need these things. These are actual tools, leads that's going to get you to your people. Because someone who don't know you may come across your book on Amazon that's talking about it, and they may read it, and then they're going to go down a rabbit hole of Maseyree. They're going to go down a rabbit hole of you. And if you don't have the same consistency on your page, they're going to leave.
Yep.
Right? So you want that boredom. So we call it. We want that boredom on that page. You scroll down my page, you're going to find me talking about purpose, coaching, making money as a woman, making money as a mom, mompreneur. You're going to see everything. You're going to see everything. You're still going to see books. You go to Amazon, you can find my old books. You can find what made me a bestseller. But now you're going to see different types of books because it's never going to leave you. Okay. Use the skills, use everything that you've been through to build your brand. That is how it becomes a purpose-driven brand and not just something that we're doing. Now you understand the meaning behind what you're doing.
Yeah, I want to be able to connect it all together.
Yes. Well, we connecting.
We
connecting. I just hope you're picking it all up.
Yeah, I'm telling you, everywhere I go, people always be like, Macy, I seen you on social media talking about you got your cousin blood pressure down. What did you do? Or I'm suffering with diabetes. Help me with that. And so I'm like, okay, but then how does that, like you say, how does that tie back into P-Check Wellness? Can I go on my P-Check Wellness site talking about this?
Absolutely, you
know
can.
What I mean?
And it may not tie directly, but just that information that you're given of how you did what, and not claiming to be a medical professional. Right. So give me your best-selling product. What's your best-selling product right now?
The P Cleanse.
The P Cleanse.
UTI
and break
supplement.
down. That's the one that I tried. Break down for the audience right now what the UTI Cleanse does.
Okay, so P Cleanse is a UTI supplement. It can be used as a treatment or a supplement. So what it helps to do is flush bacteria out of your urinary tract, your kidneys, and your bladder. You can use it to prevent or treat a UTI, bacteria infection, yeast infection, or any of those infections that females deal with. And it can treat within 7 days. If you're a person who deals with urinary incontinence, like a person who gets UTIs often, you could take 2 a day as a supplement all 30 days of the month, throughout the month.
Right.
And it
And
prevents
because
those.
this is YouTube, we do want to make sure that we're not doing any medical claims. We don't
Right.
want to get
No medical
flagged. So
claims.
it's not going to, I'll look at the terminology and see how we have to post it or what we have to say, what we have to do. But we don't want to make any medical claims because then we get flagged for that. But, and that's for anything, not just for P-Check Wellness. No one can make a medical claim. But now that you know what your best selling product is, you don't always have to go and talk about UTIs. You can talk about anything health related on your page, right? But how can it benefit having a UTI and clearing UTIs and cleansing that? It can still benefit your overall health.
Okay.
Which affects what? Have you done that research?
Your
overall
kidney,
health.
your bladder.
Exactly.
Yeah, your urinary
exactly,
tract
right?
walls.
Right.
It's
all
probiotic.
linked. It's all linked. It's all connected. That's how you connect it. It may not be a direct support or treatment, but overall and indirectly it is, because it's helping our overall health, right? It's helping so you don't have to P-Check Wellness every post. You don't have to do that. You want a balance. You want some educational, but then you want some that's just going to stir up controversy. You want a question. You want some that's just going to be for engagement. You want some post that's going to be advertisement. You want some post that's going to be long form. You want a mixture of it. And this is why I like having that schedule and understanding what you're putting out. If you understand what you're putting out, I'm going to say this again, a book. Writing your book will help you with that, because you can literally break down your year's worth of content teaching about one section of your book a week. Breaking it down, formulating your content around one section of your book a week, one topic or whatever it is. However you want to, if you want to target holidays, if you want to target, I know they got national holidays for every single day now. They may have a National Vagina Day. Who knows? But if you want to position it around that, you can. But you just have to sit down and understand and figure out the best marketing plan for that, right? But your content, the messaging should all still be the same. Okay. It should all still be the same.
And that would be wellness?
It would be wellness. It would be your story. It's all intertwined.
Okay.
Why wellness? Because you went through it.
Okay.
Because you went through
Gotcha.
it. If you're talking about anxiety, how is anxiety linked to perspiration? How is it? Educators.
Okay.
Tell us about it.
Okay.
And how does your deodorant help with that? Educators, tell us about it.
Gotcha.
Not just sell, but
Right.
you got to add the value behind your content. You got to show why you're the expert. Show why you know what you're talking about. And you've been doing this for 5 years now. Who have you helped? Show those testimonies.
Okay.
Get those people who's buying them. Look, call them or reach out to them. Hey, can you write a review on it? I use it. And that's why I told you, I said, I've used your pills. I had some questions after the show, but I plan on writing a review.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you can see, so your audience can see, hey, this is how it affected this person, right? You want to show those. You want to be boring, quote unquote, and do that over and over again.
Okay.
Over and over again.
And see, I do like the post, I'll do something educational. I'll do a tip and then try to be engaging, but it's just not connected. But like you say, it goes back to the message. Yeah, the message is definitely off.
So let's get some goals set in place.
Okay.
Let's get some goals. Let's come up with 3 goals for you.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the first goal? So you're at how many sales have you made with your bestseller in the last 60 days? Let's just do 60 days.
Probably around 30.
Around 30 sales? Not bad. What is the price point for?
$29.99.
Okay. Okay. Do you have repeat customers? Are they coming back to reorder?
And most of them are the elderly people.
Okay. Okay. So if you are looking at your metrics, right? If you're doing your metrics from the last 60 days, majority are the elderly people. How old was the age range?
Around 50 and up.
That's narrowing it down even more. You're seeing who your audience is, right? 50 and over, if you're a woman 50 and over and you're dealing with, you know what I'm saying, that's going to help with your messaging, right? Now, because I know that they're buying this, what other product will they probably most likely buy based off of them buying that pill? What else do you offer?
The deodorant, and then I have body washes and lotions. But my other pride product are my fresh cold pressed juices, and I kind of make them according to what the people tell me that they're dealing with.
Okay.
So, like,
Okay.
if somebody's saying I'm dealing with blood pressure, then I'll say, well, use these 3 different recipes to help keep your blood pressure down.
And you don't have this in a book? You don't have a book of these recipes? That's
yet.
that girl.
It's coming.
Girl.
And then,
But that's a key part of it right there.
and another thing, like I realize that I have a lot of value, but I just don't know how to
package it all
yeah,
up.
and like when I do the juices and things like that, like I help people to just eat different, change their goals, their diet goals, their weight loss goals, and so things like that. People keep coming to me for those things, but then these are not the people who I'm shooting to as my audience. My audience on Instagram is like women. You know, I want to shoot them to the women.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these people are not on Instagram
And that's fine. But that's fine though. See, you can have, so I have male clients. I don't
and that male
publicize
client-
it.
right,
I don't
right.
publicize it because that's not the majority. That's not the,
Right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Depending on if they need that same transformation that I'm offering, I can help you with it.
Okay.
So not with everything, Mompreneur, of course not. But I have a ghostwriting offer. I ghostwrite people books.
Okay.
I have 2 males that I'm ghostwriting a book for right now. But that's something that I can offer because I'm doing it. You don't have to be a mom for me to do that.
Okay.
You know what I
Okay,
mean?
right.
So it's okay, but this is why you have mailing lists, and this is why you're able to filter out your mailing list and filter out your audience in your mailing list, and this is why you have certain systems in place to where it'll separate people for you. You're still talking to that same person because that's your main message.
Okay.
Now, if you're finding that most of your revenue is coming from over here, then maybe I need to focus a little bit more on this area of it, right? But what we try to do is, and I had to do it as well, we try to manage all these areas in different things, and it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
Right?
That's it.
Lychee Capri, my bag line, my bag brand, it had to take a back seat to this. Right? So most of my revenue, most of my sales are not coming from the bag brand. Yeah, I still have it, but you won't see me promoting it as much because I've been focused on building this, right?
Okay.
Giving 120% to this. And this is why this looks like this. You get me? Yes, I still go to pop up. If I see somewhere vending, a vending opportunity, if I'm available, I'll sign up to go vend, or I'll send my people to go and set up the table and sell some pocketbooks. Just to, you know what I mean? Eventually, I'm going to get back to Lychee.
Okay.
But right now, I got a bigger mission.
Okay.
I have to focus on one thing. I have to focus on one thing to get it done, to get it in place. When we start spreading our water over 5 different trees,
Yep.
one tree is lacking.
Yep.
One tree is lacking.
Right.
And it is okay to take a hiatus from something. It's okay.
That's why I kind of put the book to the side. But then another one of my issues that I realize is I've always worked just solely alone. Everybody else I know have a team, or I got a daughter, I got a this. I'm always working alone.
Okay.
So
I still don't see a problem.
I still have to figure out how to get, like you say, my systems in place so that it's not overwhelming
That
me.
part.
And I'm not spreading myself
That
thin.
part. That
So
part.
that is another one of the goals
So
that I
your
need.
book, when you put the book thing down, you need to think about doing a book. Don't put it down, but write your book according to what you're doing now, because that ties
Just told
into
my
what you're
husband
doing.
that this morning. I'm
That
like,
ties
the
into
book
what
is
you're doing.
coming.
Yes, and it does.
The book is coming.
And it does. And we are in 2025. Long gone are the days. Now I've written plenty of books, but long gone are the days where we have to take 50 years to write a book now, right? I've mastered how to use AI as a writing tool. Not writing it for me, but as a writing tool, right?
I can see that.
It helps you get it done so much more quicker.
Yeah.
But how do we do that? A lot of people don't know how to do that, right? That's why I have Write Her Purpose.
Okay.
To teach women how to write a book in under 8 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, you have to get the things that you know how to do, the things that you're an expert in, you have to get those up and running so that way it can get the income that you need to do the things that you need to do, right?
Yep.
The book will help you.
Okay.
The book will help you.
Now I'm gonna tell you, I have 2 free ebooks on my site. Those are selling every day.
Because they're free.
Yeah.
But what's the call to action inside the ebook? Where are you leading them to after they buy the ebook? After they read the ebook, is there offer? Okay.
One of them is on vaginal health tips, and so then in the back of that, it leads you to if you need help flushing out your urinary tract, you can get the P cleanse.
It need to lead them to, listen, if you're experiencing this, I want to set up a free consultation call with you. That's what it need to lead to. Now I want to talk to you. Get them on the phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get them on the phone.
Yeah.
How many times have you saw a coupon in the back of the book and you don't use it?
A lot.
Right? And if they don't set up the call, are you following up with the email for the people who bought when was the last time you emailed all the people who bought that ebook?
I don't.
You don't.
Because the names
follow-up.
are like strange names. I'm like, who are these people?
No, they don't matter who they are. Well, how are you okay, wait. Let's back up. Do you have a CRM? Like how are you, when they buying the ebook, where are they buying it from?
My Shopify page.
Okay. And on your Shopify page, they have to put an email address in to order it, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Right? So on your Shopify page, you'll go to all of your customers who ordered that, right? And then you're going to create in Shopify. You can do this in Shopify. Or I would suggest you getting MailChimp. I like to use StanStore. I love StanStore. StanStore is a one-stop shop. And listen, you can click the link below to sign up for StanStore and get 2 free weeks. I am going to put my affiliate link in there for StanStore, small plug. But StanStore or MailChimp, get your email list together. Build your email list, right? Everyone who purchased that book, send out an email. Hey, whatever the book was about, hope you enjoyed it. Listen, I want to get you on a call, or I'm doing free consultation calls to talk more about whatever the transformation was, right? Get them on a free consultation call, right? Send that out there. Have an opt-in for them to get on a call. And then when you get them on a call, it's a sales call. Talk to them about your products or whatever it is, what they learn, right? But before the call, I'm jumping into the call and I'm jumping over, but there's steps in between that call. So in between the call, after you get them on a call, once they opt into the call, you want to have a form for them to fill out, right? What their goal is. You want to have a form asking them what they thought about the book, why they purchased the book. You want to have all those things, and it'll come to you. So before the call, you'll be able to get prepared for that call. But ultimately, you want to lead them to a sales call. The conversion can be way higher. 15 minutes of your day can go a long way, right? It can go a long way. So there's so much that we can dive into, and I know we don't have much of time, but I want to thank you for
yes.
I want to thank you for even being exposed to this way. It's sort of like a hot seat style, because this wasn't the plan at all. But I do want to jump into because this is the Mompreneur Huddle. We can go into more culture offline if you want to. I'll definitely be willing to do that with you. But let's get into the mom side of things too, because we are the Mompreneur Huddle. And if you have any questions for Miss Macy or anything we discussed, make sure you're dropping it in the comments too. But yes, I can't wait to see your progress and how you develop after you put this to work. After you start tweaking, I can't wait to see it. And I want to know the difference that you see after you start executing.
I want to see.
Right, yes. Now, we love all moms, all forms of mom, all caregivers, any type of mom, whether we gave birth to them biologically or not. But I think your story was interesting to highlight on the show as well. So that's why I want to jump into the motherhood.
Okay.
I want to, and this is for the moms who did not give birth biologically to moms. You're still a mom. If you're taking care of children, you raise children, you're a mother figure to someone.
Absolutely.
We love those moms too, right? Because some women are not in the predicament to maybe have children. they've been in a predicament where they've worked so much or never had or never found the right ones to have children with. They just never had them, right? But they acquired children however they did. Right. And they are still important. They still matter. So just tell us, I know you touched briefly on how you became a mom, but let's get a little bit deeper into that.
Okay. So, again, I had just recently graduated from college, but I was about 25 because remember, I went to beauty school
Yeah.
first and then I went to college. So, as soon as I graduated, my husband and I, we got married that following year. And so, like I say, I have an auntie who was living in California, but she has special needs and have 2 children. So other people in the family had been supervising her with the children. But then they were like, my auntie, my oldest family member, my mom's oldest family member was like, she called me and she was like, you know that my sister can't take care of these children. And she was like, I've called around and asked everybody in the family, and everybody has their own thing going on. And she said, I think that you would be good with the children. She said, you have a house, you live way out there in the country, you know, you're just getting married, you have a really good husband. And I think this will be something good for them and for you. And I'm like, no. So, but then she was like, I'll just I'll send them there, let them stay with you for a while, and then you see how you like it. And so after we got married, for our reception, we had a big reception. We had a small wedding and the reception a few months later.
Okay.
So they came for the reception, and yeah, we became parents
Yes.
then. So it was 10 and 11, a girl and a boy. It was a very, very big change. I came into it thinking, okay, I'm doing all these book tours and all these different things. It's not going to stop me. And, you know, being a mother of teenagers, it shouldn't be that hard. You know, you don't have to change
Because they
Pampers.
older.
Yeah.
Girl.
So I was like, I got this.
Girl, look, she was in for a
Boy.
rude awakening, y'all.
Oh boy. So from day one, it was just kind of like issue after issue after issue. You know, you're taking children from their mother, the only parent that they've
That
had
they've
all
ever
their
known,
life.
the habits that they have
Yep,
already.
yep. Oh, it was all of that. And then it was like, my mom didn't give us up, or did my mom give us up? And why did she give us up? Because my auntie was in the hospital when the children were flown here. She was
Okay.
in like a facility, you know, a
Okay.
couple months. And so when she got out, the children were in Georgia. And so they were just like, we were leaving our friends, and, you know, they had, like you say, the bad habits. And so at first I was just kind of like, oh my God, I don't know if I really want to do this.
I was about to
This
say,
is
you,
not
you
what
thought
I.
you bit off more than you could
Yeah.
chew.
And so I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God. But then I got to thinking, talking to my auntie, she was like, Macy, I think that you can give these kids a good life. Show them what a good life is. She said, because of where you came from and how your life turned out, she says, no one can teach them better than you. And I was like, I don't think so. But then once I started getting up close and personal with the children, I realized they needed me.
Yeah.
Because they had been lacked in so many different areas of their life. And they never had been sitting down with people who actually talked to them and people actually listening to them. And so I sat and I listened and I discovered all these issues that these children had. And so then that's what kind of like turned me into like, these are my children.
Yeah.
Because I am on a mission to make sure that they go an opposite direction from what everybody project that they will go. And it just I became like, I had these children and it's my job
Yeah.
to raise them to be productive.
Yeah.
And yeah, it turned out pretty good, but boy, oh boy, it was
Do
a
you
job.
ever feel like because you came in a pivotal moment for them, teenagers, that's a whole transition
Oh
in
my
itself,
God.
right?
Oh my God.
That they're trying to figure themselves out, their bodies, their hormones, and then a big move, and then you
A cousin.
in the midst of going through what you were going through. Do you ever feel like that your life would have been different if you had not done it?
If I had not
if
taken
you
care of
had not
them,
taken care of them.
I
Yeah.
absolutely think that I needed that
Yeah.
in my life.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons is I'm going to tell you this. My mom was always a single parent. All the women who I was around was pretty much single parents.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just this carefree person. I'm flying all out of town doing my thing. I don't have children. And so I used to be like, mothers just complain too much. Like every time you look
You didn't
around, they're
understand.
complaining about they didn't have this and they didn't have that. And so when I became a parent, I had a husband and I was struggling. It was a lot of
And you
nights
see how
when I
hard
was
it
in there and that
was.
bed broke down like, oh, I told her and she still did it. Oh my God. So I was like,
You
I
got
have
to
a new respect
understand.
for single parents.
Yes.
I didn't even consider myself to be a single parent, so I really, really start feeling sorry
Yeah.
for mothers who didn't have the help.
Yeah.
And so then I'm like, oh, let me help her. Because I'm telling you, I was raw dog. Like, girl, well, who told you to get pregnant? And, you know, that's your problem.
It was always the blame game for people who don't have children, don't understand.
They don't.
And this is why I think it's
didn't.
a beautiful process to become a mother. No knock to anyone who's not or don't want to or don't desire to be, but I think it makes you more compassionate.
Yes.
It gives
Yes.
you, it makes you more graceful, and it gives you, it humbles you. It humbles you.
I used to
humbles
be,
you.
my mom used to be like, you are the most selfish child that I have. I'm
Really?
like, I'm a Scorpio, so whatever.
Not blaming on the Scorpio. Look,
But
not
my
blaming on the
mom is
zodiac.
just like the person who just give.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not going to be like that. And that's the person who I've turned into.
Who you became. Do you
Yeah.
like this version of you? Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
That are you? How old are they now? They're grown.
30 and 31.
So are you a grandmama?
Yeah, I guess if that's what you want to call it.
Yes, absolutely.
The girl had her first baby 2 years ago.
Nice.
So, yeah.
How was their relationship with their biological mom now? Like because you had to take them on and you raised them essentially. Did they keep that relationship with their biological mom?
Okay, so the boy, he now lives with his biological mom.
Okay.
He works and, you know, they have a pretty good relationship. The girl, she has a good relationship with her mother, but when they need anything, they both come to me. So it's like, while I was raising them, they became resentful towards her because, like, okay, so she eventually moved here after she got out of the hospital, and she moved here, but she moved separate from us.
Okay.
So I guess she got her best life too. She got her man, and then it was all like,
Like what
them
happened
your
to us?
kids, this is me and him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they developed this like, my mom don't care about us.
So wait, so I noticed that you say the girl and the boy. Have y'all ever gotten to a space where they call you mom or you say my children?
No, because I asked them, like, do y'all want to call me mom, or like, how are we supposed to do this? Because everywhere we go, they would be like, and mom, you know, because I was taking them to counseling and orthodontics, and then so I asked them, and they said, we want to call you Macy. So I said, that's fine. And so we
But
just.
did you ever feel the need to say my children? Like even now when you're talking, you say, well, these are my children.
No.
You never felt the need?
Kind of when I was defending them during something. But then outside of that, I would be like, but these are not really my children.
But they are though.
But that's what everybody kept telling me, especially
they
my
are.
pastor. He would be like,
They are.
these are your children.
Yes.
So in my mind, I guess it was something I felt like I didn't get them from. I guess that was a part of my defense mechanism, like just in case they didn't do something right. So yeah, now that you
Wow.
asking me that, because it was
you
like,
you diving deep into another
Yep,
thing.
I would be
so you
like-
were reflecting.
yep, I would be like, I don't want them to be like, these are my children, just in case.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that just came up just since you just asked me
Wow.
that. But that's the feeling.
Do you still have? Does that
was the
show up in other areas now? Like that that lack of acceptance.
Yep,
It does.
it does.
Oh wow.
It does.
Wow.
Right now, I'm taking care of another family member. My uncle passed away, and he has a special needs son who's autistic. He's 48 years old, and his mom passed away as well. So my uncle came here. He was on hospice. I took care of him. He passed away. Now I have his son. And so I kind of feel the same way with him. I'm like, oh, he has all these bad habits, but I'm like, I didn't raise them from the jump. So I'm only
Ooh,
going.
I see an opportunity. I see an opportunity. I'm going to connect you with Dr. Delacroix Isom. I love her. I
Okay.
love her. I'm going to connect because I'm hearing you talk, but I see an opportunity of a blockage that you're having that may prevent you from even getting to the next level.
Okay.
Because you got to be able to accept all parts, everything. You know what I mean? You have to be able to accept all of that fully in order for you to understand who you're supposed to become.
That's okay.
You have to
Interesting.
be, because if you have that fear of, in case it doesn't work out, well, at least they're not mine. No, own it. Own it.
I never owned it.
You gotta own it. And what's stopping you from owning it? In case my company don't work out, at least I can say, you know what I'm saying, or at least it wasn't in front of a lot of people, or at least that may be stopping you from getting to where
That's
you need to
something.
be. There's some mindset work that need to be there. I'm gonna
For
connect you
sure.
with Dr.
For sure.
Delacroix.
Some
Oh
mindset.
my gosh.
Because my pastor had to talk to me about that. Because one of the things was I've always been the person who I never wanted children. I'm like,
And that's fine
that's
too.
selfish
But that's
thing.
fine too. But God gave it to you for a
Right.
reason.
Right.
And maybe you didn't learn that lesson yet. Maybe the lesson
Maybe
that
that's true.
he was trying to teach you didn't connect yet. And that's
Maybe that's
fine,
true.
you know? But I mean, maybe that's why we cross paths. Maybe like
that's
there's
true.
a divine, like God is going to
I
give you an
swear it
assignment,
is.
and no matter what, he's going to make sure you
Oh, my
relive
God.
your situations until you understand what your assignment is. Until we learn these lessons, we will keep repeating. We will keep repeating.
I'm telling you.
We will keep
And I think
repeating.
that is something big. And I'm telling you, when, in my vision book, when I went to the Mompreneurs brunch, that day when I was, meditating, I said, I pray that I meet somebody who can help me change my life and my business at the Mompreneurs brunch. And I was thinking it was probably going to be Aisha, something that she said, or, wow. So I feel like
never
this is
know.
divine.
You never know.
Because it's something
Yeah,
that's
it is
there
absolutely
is a
something.
blockage. There is
Absolutely something.
because I've been all my life like pretty much self-employed.
Yeah.
And I've survived, but I just never gotten into making so
Gotcha.
much money. But
Gotcha.
I've been surviving and taking care of myself.
Well, we gonna. I just want you to stay obedient to the calling.
Okay.
Just stay obedient to your
Okay.
calling. Stay obedient to your journey and your walk. But yeah, we'll definitely we'll get into more of it after the
That's a
show.
lot.
But unfortunately, we have to. And time went by so fast today,
yes,
y'all.
when
It
you
went by
having
so fast
fun.
today. Yes. Very informative, but we do have to wrap up this show. I enjoy having you here.
Thank you
I
for having
enjoy
me.
diving into some of your business.
It's a lot
And I hope
more.
it was informational for you. I hope it was beneficial for you. Yeah, we will definitely continue the conversation. And for you all out there, I hope this was very informational for you too. It was very beneficial to you too. If you are feeling the exact same way, if you're feeling that you're having trouble with your business, or you're struggling and you're not getting your messages out there, or you're lacking the exposure that you need, comment. Let us know at the bottom if you've experienced this, because she's not the only one. I've been through it. We've all been through it. But the Mompreneur Huddle is a place where you can share that type of transparency and not be judged for it, and get the help that you need. Just tap in with us. I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Lychee Capri. Yes, that is my bag line. And as always, you can get your discounted bags using the code word Huddle. That's HUDDLE. You get your 20% off all of your bags. And then Ms. Maseyree, if you can leave our audience with one thing, some uplift, pour into some love, something motivational. If you could leave us with one thing, we would appreciate that. Look right into that camera and just go ahead and tell our audience one thing you want to leave us with.
Okay, the one thing that I would want to leave you all with is just, no matter the circumstances, just keep on believing in yourself and keep on doing the work. I am a firm believer that if you put in the work, eventually it's going to come into fruition. So just keep on keeping on.
Amen. Amen. And look, your work about to come into fruition too. It's about to come into fruition. You see how you feel it? I love it. I love it.
Thank you,
Well,
Terry.
ladies, thank you for joining us.